Why is the Myers Briggs personality test so popular? Why do people love taking the test so much? Why do so many people so proudly share their results all over social media? Is the test accurate? Meaning, could you theoretically understand somebody else's Myers Briggs personality type and then take your persuasive message and calibrate it so it's more congruent with their type, so they're much more likely to receive and act on your message? Or is any kind of personality type a trap that keeps you stuck? One way to help us understand is to understand the function of the ego. The ego is a necessary human instinct that allows us to label ourselves in positive ways whenever possible. It kind of helps us to spin a bug into a feature, so to speak. Because life in the ancient days of hunter-gatherers was very, very harsh. You had to bring your A game every single day. You had to be actively, proactively hustling every single day. You couldn't take a couple of days off because you were feeling depressed or sorry for yourself or anything like that. Those that did that were eliminated from the gene pool. So no matter what happened, no matter what your behavior was, no matter what the outcome was, the ego helps us to spin that into a positive feeling for ourselves so we can live to fight another day. And this is kind of what happens when we take the Myers Briggs personality test. We spin what could be labeled as negative traits into positive labels for ourselves so we can feel good for ourselves, so we can maintain a high level of self-esteem. For example, imagine a guy who goes to a bar or a club and he has the intention or the hope or the wish of talking to a lot of pretty girls and hopefully getting a couple of numbers or maybe even going home with somebody. But he gets there and he doesn't talk to anybody. Now that behavior could be labeled in a few different ways. He could label that as saying, well, I suck at talking to girls. I'm too scared to talk to girls. Therefore, I'm going to be celibate my whole life. I'll just accept a life of no sex ever again. Okay, I guess that's the way it goes. Or he could label that same behavior in a positive way that maintains his sense of self-esteem. I'm an introspective type. I like to people watch. I like to observe people. I'm very, very intellectual. This is a different label for his same behavior, but it allows him to keep his high sense of self-esteem. So this is a very, very positive trait of our ego. Or imagine someone who's extremely risk averse. They're so risk averse, they're afraid to try anything new unless they have an absolute guarantee of success. They could label this by saying, I'm too scared to try new things, therefore my life will always be the way it is today. I guess that's the way it goes. Or they could label this behavior as being, I'm very analytical, which is a very positive label because being analytical is necessary to survive. And so consider that when going through the Myers Briggs personality test, we look at all facets of our personality and take whatever could be potential negatives and spin them into a positive and give them these positive labels, which is why just going through the test makes us feel so good about ourselves. And we want to share that selves with other people on social media. We want to share our personality type on social media. That's why it feels so good, and that's why it could be so popular. Now, is it an accurate test? Could you use somebody's Myers Briggs results to calibrate your message to make it more persuasive? I don't think so. Psychologists have known for years, decades, that studies based on self-reported data are not as accurate as they could be. They're kind of suspicious. Even in weight loss studies, where the data is very, very tangible and easy to measure, people underreport what they eat on a daily basis. So when you're talking about psychological aspects, it's almost certain that we're kind of getting fuzzy with what we're reporting about ourselves. When they set up psychological studies and they want accurate data, they tell the study participants that they're going to be studying them for this thing, but they're secretly watching them for this other behavior. So they can kind of watch this other behavior in its natural habitat. So they're watching the study participants behave when they don't know or how they don't know they're being watched. That's the only way they can get accurate data. So consider that Myers-Briggs tests are really not accurate, but they're a very, very good tool for boosting your self-esteem, for seeing yourself in the most positive light possible, which is fantastic. But is any kind of personality type a trap? Imagine somebody who has never exercised, they've never practiced any sports, so they label themselves as a non-athletic type. I'm a non-athletic type. But is that really true? That's true about their current state. But suppose they decided to exercise every day. Suppose they started to learn a sport and they wanted to get really good at that sport. And they spent the next 2 or 3 years exercising, getting in shape, learning a sport, getting really good in that sport. Then they could change how they label themselves. They went from a non-athletic type to a athletic type. Consider that your personality is the same thing. You can change your personality. Most people don't think you can because most people don't. So they look around and they see themselves, they see other people the same as they always were, but you can learn new skills. You can learn new abilities. You can improve your confidence. You can improve your social charisma. So consider this idea. Instead of looking at your personality type and seeing this as a static, fixed thing, and then seeing what you can achieve based on this personality type, instead, flip the polarity. First, start with what you want to have happen. Best case scenario outcome of your life. Not best case scenario of who you are or how you describe yourself, but best case scenario of what you can achieve in life. The monetary results, the relationship results, the social results. Start with that and then reverse engineer the personality needed to get to that. And then slowly shift your personality from where you are to where you want to be. It won't be easy, it won't be quick, but you can change your personality if you motivate yourself by what you want to achieve in life. Start with what you want to achieve, then work backward and figure out the personality needed to get that and shift your personality from where it is now to where you want to be. Figure out what kind of skills and daily exercises you need to do to become that person, to become better than who you are, to become more of whatever you want to be like. Like I said, it's not easy, it's not quick, but you can shift your personality slowly over time if you want to. And that can help you expand your vision, expand your ambition of what's possible. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and if you'd like to learn more about how to improve your communication skills, improve your social skills, check the links below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.